So that's the history of the gym that these young men are playing in tonight. And they are 20 minutes away, one team 20 minutes away from a trip to the Final Four in the NCAA Division III tournament. This is Mary Hardin-Baylor with the opening possession. They were outscored 20-7 to close out the half.
You can see Hooker for Elmhurst seems like he's getting more and more comfortable guarding Johnson. I doubt that will really affect Johnson, but it's interesting to watch because right now he's having a tough time.
On the break, Hooker with the follow. Wesley Hooker's got 4. Both of them have been at the rim.
Super athletic. I mean, to look at a guy 6'2" to be able to, kind of just hop up and get that ball off the rim, it's kind of fun to watch.
Easy layup there for Johnson. The screen that sets up that cut to the basket, they've run that play a couple of times for different guys. Each time, it's been easy money. Brody with a little adjustment.
Look at that.
Mid-air, he's got 12.
Very comfortable right now. He's starting to get more into a groove.
Prince finds his wide open teammate, and Feely's going to shoot a free throw.
Look at the elevation on that. I'd say on the block attempt, it didn't end up getting it, but we could see right here. I mean, he was all the way up there.
It's Wesley Hooker's first foul. Feely with that high arcing free throw. Luke Feely's got 9 points. Thomas, ball in his hands. Got cut off by Prince.
I'm interested to see how they integrate Thomas back in this half. He had some matchup issues in the last half.
Right at Prince this time. Missed a shot, getting his own rebound. Ball's knocked out of bounds. Let's say it went off of LaVon Thomas. Boy, the effort was outstanding.
Was that? I don't know if they really, I don't know if there's really much there on the foul call. He was looking for it. It's not a call they've been leaning towards giving the past couple rounds. They're going to lead. As you mentioned earlier in the first half, they're going to let him play.
Minatello, 3 in the air, miss. Hooker went for the rebound, and the Blue Jays will have the basketball back. That started with the defense of Minatello on Ty Prince on that baseline left. This is Rhodey. Talented senior point guard will bring it up and set the offense.
Nice play.
Finds Thomas inside and stepped on the baseline. LaVon was on the baseline when he received the basketball.
It's very interesting to watch them operate. Great pass right there, great patience. Rhodey brings up the ball a lot. However, sometimes just watching it, I wish he'd play off ball a little bit more just to see if he could get himself going. But he's such a great playmaker with the ball in his hands that it makes sense they want it in as much as possible.
This is Luke Feely against Thomas. Shot clock's at 10. Luke's going to bring it back out. That's right on the left block. Kyle in the land of the Giants. Rolled and dropped.
Great take right there. And look at that. Right into him. Gets it to roll. You need other guys, especially on this team with Mary Hardin-Baylor. You're going to need some of the other players to step up with Johnson and Prince not having the, at least at the moment, the almost 30-point performances they did yesterday. And we can see Rhodey taking up the ball right here. He's so patient. It's like I really want him to get another look, but he's able to get other players open looks so well.
Leads back to 8. It was as large as 15 in the first half that looked like it was going to be a Mary Hardin-Baylor blowout, but the Blue Jays answer every time. Ocean Johnson, he's got 10 points.
They really do. They answer at least the last probably 20 minutes of gameplay, they've answered every call.
Johnson from way out.
That looked right on. That was just a little long.
Right in front of us. That looked like money. Brody, hesitation, draws the defense, kicks it. That's Ocean with the shot. Knocks it down. Ocean Johnson's got 12. Feely went to the floor. No foul called. Here come the Blue Jays the other way. Brody. Look at the hesitations. Defense by Johnson. Josiah Johnson with active hands.
Oh.
And Levon Thomas is going to pick up the foul.
His ability to, we're not going to be able to see it, but his ability to almost just like jump at the three-point line, it gives you so many options. I'm sure he's ready to shoot. He's ready to drive. He's ready to pass. Almost at a level that you don't usually see, to be honest, too often. It's pretty impressive.
That was a look at Jonathan Zapinski, who's come back into the basketball game. He'll guard up against Ty Prince. Zapinski had 3 blocks in the opening couple of minutes of this game. He's got that 6'6" frame with those long arms. He'll guard against Prince.
Yep.
It's just tough to guard.
Johnson was a little upset he didn't get the touch there, but you could tell Prince liked his matchup.
Well, Mary Hardin-Baylor has done a nice job, Jack, I think, of surviving this storm that continues that Elmhurst is laying on them. Oh,
nice.
Look at that! Jake Brody! He threw that one up from his ankles.
You can see, it's like every step he takes, you never know what, his ability to change direction is unmatched. I think that should go to Elmhurst. There you go.
Blue Jays are going to have the basketball. There's a TV timeout on the floor. What a game we've got here from Cleveland. The Elite Eight Championship. Mary Hardin-Baylor out of Belton, Texas, taking on the Blue Jays of Elmhurst University out of Elmhurst, Illinois, just outside of Chicago, a little west of the Windy City.
Look at this take again. Look at that.
That was ankle high when he released it, right? I mean, he dropped that way down. It was altered. There's a look right now at Thomas Orr with the Thomas Orr's got the clipboard in his hand. We're looking at the back of Thomas right now. I want to take a moment to talk about him. He's an assistant coach on the Mary Hardin-Baylor team. The last time Mary Hardin-Baylor made it to the Sweet 16, last time they made it to the Elite Eight, last time they made it to the Final Four, Thomas Orr was a player for the Crusaders. He was on a team that played in the national championship game in 2013. They lost to Amherst, but they were in his graduating class, his senior year, the 4 years that they played, they were the winningest class in the history of Mary Hardin-Baylor. I was talking to Thomas before the game tonight, and I asked him what he remembers about 2013. He looked at me and he laughed. He says, I remember every second, every minute. What do you want to know? And we had a real nice conversation. Just a humble young man who loves coaching this team. His role as a coach, teaching, individual teaching on the bench when a player comes off the floor, talks to them about what he sees and what they see. And that's a valuable coach to have, isn't it, Jack?
Absolutely. To have someone to have done, essentially, besides win the championship, but done everything that you want to do. Make it all the way there, passed every test, been on a winning team. Winning breeds winning. And to have someone there next to you, to be able to just ask questions, right? I cannot tell you how valuable it probably is to have Coach Orr on the bench.
I know Coach Cliff Carroll loves him. 52-49. Ball was tipped. 14:33 left in this one.
They're taking Hooker out. So before they took Hooker out, it was a very interesting lineup the Blue Jays had out there. They were very versatile on offense and on defense. With Johnson, Rhodey, they got Jenko back in the game. They can spread the floor, at least what I assume they're probably going to do right now. They can spread the floor very well with this lineup.
On the drive, it's the leader, Jenko, the senior guard. He's got 7. It's a 1-point game. This is Prince. Well, look at the ability to handle the basketball.
That should.
It went off Drews. It went off Drews. Elmhurst closed the half with a 20-7 run. They were down 15 before that run. And Mary Hardin-Baylor made it 8 in the opening minutes of this second half, but it's a one-point game. That shot is sent into the stands. Ocean Johnson knocked Josiah Johnson's shot into, well, if you're familiar with the Cleveland area that we're in now, over by the Art Museum.
Yeah. That's a call. I can guarantee you that's a call that Josiah Johnson, that being, has gotten most of the year. But they're just not. They're going to make him play through it, so you got to adjust a little bit. You know, you got to pick your spots, find them, be patient, because you know there's definitely some players that you know, you got your moves, you know you beat them, and you can take the foul, but if they're not going to give it to you, you got to adjust.
That foul's on Jenko. This is Ty Prince at the foul line. Prince has 12 points. How many rebounds? And check the assists too, because he can do a little bit of everything.
Let's see what he's got right now. I mean, we mentioned it numerous times in this broadcast. Very impressive. 5 rebounds, 3 assists. I mean, he fills up the stat sheet in every way.
He's going to play a little defense right now. He's got Bryce Drews, the three-point shooter he's guarding. Here's a three in the air from Rhodey. Missed it right. And the ball goes into the Elmhurst bench. I am happy to report that the on-site NCAA videographer is back in action on the same baseline where he and Ty Prince ran into each other. Beautiful back cut and feed and an easy money layup from DJ Kane.
Brings it back to 5, and that's just how quick. Oh, hard screen right there. Yep, they're going to call a warning on that one.
Inside!
Yep, they're going to call.
Here comes the warning. That's Zapinski with the shot. He's got 3 points. Saw that screen in the replay. Boy, those screens can make your teeth chatter. Saw a couple of them last night.
All right.
You feel like you're dislocated from your body.
You know, I thought that was a tough screen. I don't know if the flop warning was necessarily granted. He probably acted a little bit more than he should have. You know, sometimes, Ron, you have to think as a referee, you got to think about where you don't want the game going if they really don't want those flops to take over the game.
How about that tip, Jack? How about that tip by Nathan Stoltz?
Wow.
Foul in the backcourt.
Another one. They're closing up the game a little bit, it seems like. So
Peyton Brooks with the foul. I want to thank the production crew all weekend, not only all weekend, but all season long here at Case Western Reserve University. They bring us all the shots, all the replays. They're on the ball every time. It's a pleasure working with Director Mike Becker and the entire production crew here at Case Western Reserve University.
You know, Ron, I'm a little biased, obviously, being from over here, but we've been watching a lot of games, a lot of Spartan games, a lot of different broadcasts, and I feel like our team does a top-notch job.
They do a great job. I mean, they are on every shot, every emotion. You know, athletics are so emotional, and if inside, Thomas, boy, they needed that. He has been kind of
He's been quiet. Yep, exactly.
You can bring out the emotion in your broadcast as far as, you know, in the pictures that you show. The faces, the coaches, the fans. Shot clock was winding down. Here comes Elmhurst.
Oh, wow. Nice
Hooker.
Play. Oh,
missed the bunny.
But he's going to get him. No, Ron, it's super interesting on the Crusader side of the ball. How many, they love the guard post touch. I mean, it's not a super widely popular thing, but they've got some players that they feel really comfortable with having the ball in that position, especially back to the basket.
That foul's on DJ Kane. That's his second. Three-point game. Elmhurst can tie it if they hit a shot from outside the arc. Working it inside. Jenko, a lot of drop stepping, missed the shot. Stoltz with a rebound. Johnson's gonna bring it up. Joe Johnson dribbling left. Soft little shot, missed it, got his own rebound, knocked down. They're going to say what?
Say no shot. He's going to take it underneath. That's a 15 foul, I believe, for the Blue Jays.
It's a foul on Hooker. Wow, 15 foul with 11:52 left in the game. You see inside that huddle, John Baines. There's John right there. You can see the back of his head. I want to talk about him for a moment. John's in his 9th year at Elmhurst, but if you go all the way back to his years as a college player, 1993 through 1997 at Illinois Wesleyan, John's a national champion. He won a national champion as a 6'7" post player for Illinois Wesleyan in 1997. I was talking to him about that game. They lost a center and a forward before in the national semifinal game. They lost 2 of their 5 starters in the national semifinal game. And John said our coach put us in a zone defense. He said the team we were playing had never seen a zone in the 30 games of that season. He said that was the difference in the game. We hadn't played much zone either, but because of losing 2 starters, he knew he needed to adjust us. He said we played zone the entire game, and that was one of the differences. So John Baines, as a player and as a coach, knows how to adjust on the fly.
And it goes to reiterate, you know, this is a very high level of basketball, Ron, but coaching matters a lot. We're not. Oh, nice D right there. We're not in a position in Division III, at least in most cases, where you have, you know, I don't mean to be over the top, but, you know, LeBron James, someone that can, you know, be not stopped at any cost. So coaching at that point, you know, for someone to see the, you know, a zone, it's impressive, and it shows you how much it means and how valuable it is. Even talk about someone like Coach Carroll. You got 2 of the best players in the country, but without someone like him at the helm, I don't know if they're in this position.
Both coaches in this Elite 8 game have had outstanding seasons and careers. That's Feely!
Oh, nice take.
Holy moly, Luke Feely, how'd you make that shot?
Little English on it, too. Got it to roll home. Patience on it. And this is what we saw earlier in the first half, was with Thomas having a hard time guarding Feely. Yep, and they're taking it back out of the game. It's tough to see a starter, especially, you know, second leading scorer on the team, kind of be, you know, affected in this way, just with how fast and how agile the Crusaders play.
Feely at the free throw line. He's got 12 points. It's Coach Carroll, studied under Bobby Knight. Hooker missed it long, but the follow is good by Jonathan Zapinski.
Great tip back. That's the kind of energy Elmhurst is going to keep needing on the glass, on the defensive end, on offense, just in general, cutting to keep the Crusaders off.
Kyle Wright out top to his teammate. That's Peyton Brooks. Kept the follow through the whole way.
Watch it go all the way home and right through the basket. That extends the lead to 7. Seems like the biggest lead they've had in a little while, Ron.
Boy, this basketball game is living up to what an Elite 8 matchup should be. Zapinski with the reverse. You know, we had 2 great games. I mean, great games in the Sweet 16 matchup last night here from Cleveland. And this one tonight is living up to the previews. Prince working hard. Boy, there's that softness that we talk about.
That's tough. And another tough screen there. Prince has just done such a good job these past couple games here in Cleveland, just creating shots. Being Ocean
Johnson missed the shot. Feely got the rebound, tying him up in the backcourt. They clear it out. Here comes Kyle Wright. Wright, hesitation. Good defense. How about that? Janko did not get phased. Hammond for three.
Oh.
Ball on the floor. Feely's got it. Janko's doubling him up. Boy, the physicality right now, Jack.
Taking a step up for sure.
Woo-hoo. Kyle Wright looking like he's directing traffic at rush hour. Prince, how about this? Missed it left. Oh, if he drops that, you just got to shake your head.
He drops shots like that every once in a while. Yep,
What a
there's another one.
feed!
Great pass.
Second dunk of the night for Wesley Hooker.
Hooker's like a pogo stick, just jumping right up. Impressive vertical.
Catch your breath. The crowd's chanting defense. Hammond lost it. Coming up with it is Rhodey. Down the floor, this is Janko against Prince. Missed it, but the follow won't go. Zapinski's tip won't go. Still alive, and Prince comes down with it.
They got heavy numbers right now, yep. Oh, surprise. That could have easily been an N1 situation.
All right, got 7. Everybody's shaking their head. Nobody's happy in this gym right now. I mean, nobody. Everybody's angry at somebody, right?
Yeah.
Hey, smart play right there. Smart play by Dominic Janko. He had Prince in the air. And Dominic did what every good basketball player will do. You get that defender in the air, you just go right into him. And then you're shooting free throws. There he is. Hey, the water boy right there I want to talk about. 9-year-old Waylon Carroll. Coach Cliff Carroll's son, his oldest of 2. The boys are named Waylon and Willie. That's Waylon. This team, when Waylon's the water boy, is something like 38-2 overall. I mean, his ability to inspire the Crusaders is amazing. So I am introduced to the 2 boys this afternoon, Waylon and Willie. And I say to Mom and Dad, I say, Waylon and Willie, like Waylon Jennings and Willie Nelson? And Coach Carroll, the father, looks at me and he goes, well, Ron, we are from Texas. So they're named after Waylon Jennings and Willie Nelson. And that's Waylon right there. He's 9. His younger brother, Willie, who's sitting up in the stands behind the bench, is 5. Waylon's doing a great job running the water cups tonight here from Cleveland.
That's a great story. I'm glad you asked him. I think that reference probably would have went over my head.
Well, Jack, how old are you?
Oh, that's 22.
So, yeah, Waylon Jennings and Willie Nelson aren't big in your circles, but your mom and dad would certainly recognize those 2. There's Coach Carroll with his son in the background. That was a nice shot of Cliff walking in the foreground with his son Waylon in the background. Back to basketball. This is Janko at the foul line. Dominic Janko on the night, 4 of 5 from the foul line. He's got 8 points. It's Kyle Wright with a rebound. I want you to go home tonight and punch in Waylon Jennings and Willie Nelson, and I know you'll know their music.
Look at that.
Long 3. Good rebound.
Such a smooth shot from behind the arc. He really doesn't use it too much, though. But, oh,
there it is. Well, they've gotten a few flush finishes on good passes.
Yeah. The Blue Jays set up Rhodey so well on his drives. They know that he's so talented at getting past people off the dribble. But they complement that with the cutting. Look at that. He saw that so early. Great pass.
Rebound by Zapinski. He has been outstanding tonight. That's Janko from 15 feet.
And look at that run. Blink of an eye, back with him too.
Janko's got 10 points. It's a 2-point game. Inside 7 minutes to play.
Another one.
Johnson. You're wondering when he's going to take over.
Yep.
Well, that was right in front of the official. That one's hard to miss.
Ocean Johnson and Hooker have done such a great job. Wesley Hooker have done such a great job on him today, just bothering him. They've got great length, they've got good size, good quickness. They're bothering Johnson, and they're making other people beat him. Obviously, they're losing right now, but I think they're much happier having Johnson not be the one beating them, though.
Well, here's a point. Josiah Johnson's on the bench now with 3 fouls and only 9 points.
See,
Long
goes.
three.
There
Boom.
it goes.
How about a lead for
Look at that.
Elmhurst?
I mean, no travel.
Prince traveled
Wow,
with a
look at that.
basketball. Boy, credit Sapinski with outstanding defense. That 3 from Rhodey gave Elmhurst the lead, 69-68. And I'm looking at my score sheet, and that is the first lead of the basketball game for Elmhurst, if I've got everything correct. It was 52-51 straight out of halftime.
Wow.
And there's another.
Look at that.
This one from Janko.
Jenko just a second three attempt on the day. Hits to put him up 4. You could totally feel around the energy change.
Hammond with an answer. Boy, when they needed it, Mary Hardin-Baylor got a 3 from the sharpshooter.
He's been coming up clutch these last couple days. Look at that, good move.
Another 3, Rhodey missed it. Follow is gonna go up, blocked. Ball loose, Feely comes up with it. Keeps the dribble, did not stand up.
Good smart play right there.
That was smart, Jack. Feely out top, working against Militello. They'll say he traveled with a basketball. Boy, everything's amping up right now. Jack, you can feel it in the gym.
Absolutely. You can feel it on both sides. I think, you know, the Elmhurst crowd was, they were loud, right? But gosh, after that last 3 by Jenko, they came back alive. Finally seeing their score a little bit higher than Mary Hardin-Baylor gave them another boost.
Walking it up the floor is Janko. Now he picks it up on a screen.
And Ron, you got to say it again, just as we did yesterday. It's such a shame, honestly, of all 4 teams, that 3 of them had to go home. Great competitors, great teams.
Shot blocked.
Good
Stoltz got it. This is Rhodey right into the defense. Wild shot that almost fell. Comes Hammond. Right in the corner in front of his teammates. They'll bring it back out and they'll swing it. It's a 1-point Elmhurst lead, 4:40 and counting left in this Elite 8 championship. Winner heads off to the Final Four. Josiah Johnson, the All-American, with the basketball. Cut off by Militello. This is Prince with a ball fake. Movement right with the 3. Left it short, and Johnson goes up for the rebound. Boy, Mary Hardin got the shot they wanted, right?
You can't be upset with that one. Standstill 3. Wide open. You know, Johnson in particular was looking for the ball a couple times there. Got it. Wasn't able to do, I think, what he wanted with it. But, you know, geez. Can't ask for a better one. But, I mean, so much time left, Ron.
John Baines wanted a timeout. He got it.
There's no 4-minute media then, right?
That Elmhurst University bench is very focused right now, and they have had to be, because, you know, to steal your line, Mary Hardin kind of punched him in the face at the beginning of this game.
Yeah, and Elmhurst took it, right? I mean, you mentioned 14-3. It's so early in the game, but, you know, sometimes, especially against really good teams, you get out to a lead like that, it can really affect you. And Elmhurst did look like it was affecting them for a little bit, but boy, did they come back, and they believe, I mean, in their hearts right now, more than ever, I think that this is their game to win.
Well, just to let you know, and we'll repeat what happened in the last 2 games for them. In the win that brought them to the Sweet 16, they were down 14 points at halftime to Pomona-Pitzer. Came back and won that game by 6. In the game on Friday night, in the Sweet 16 that brought them to tonight, the Elite 8, they did not lead against Calvin University till 3:29 left in the game when they hit a shot to tie it at 69 and went to the free throw line for a 3-point play to go up 70-69. And then tonight, they did not lead until they hit a three with about 6.5 minutes left to go up 69-68. So they're somewhat comfortable, I guess, Jack, you could say, playing in this situation.
Absolutely.
That's Ocean Johnson missed the three, and Hammond comes down with a rebound. How important is that, being comfortable, being uncomfortable, if you get my drift on that?
No, absolutely. It just, I think, affects your ability to, when you get down, stay focused, right? Your team has an identity. You can tell this Blue Jay, wow, is that deep.
Missed it long, and Prince comes up with a rebound.
You can tell this Blue Jay team has an identity, and when you get down, if you believe, if you're comfortable in these uncomfortable situations, you don't waver from that. A lot of teams, I think, that struggle, they get down and they lose, what they're best at, just to try and attempts to get back.
Mary Hardin-Baylor with a little scoop from Josiah that will not go. And Zapinski with those long arms and that 6'6" body grabbed an ever-important rebound. But Josiah Johnson's got to be mentally wondering what's going on. He has just had a lot of shots roll off the rim tonight. Boy, everybody came right into each other there. I hope everybody's all right. We've got Stoltz down. We've got Jenko down. We've got Coach Baines, who kind of took the blow from both players.
Yeah.
Coach Baines, a big guy.
Yeah, he seems okay.
He's 6'7".
Right now. Look at this. Oh, right there.
He's sitting right there on our scorers table.
Yeah, Ron, you got so much adrenaline pumping. I don't think either of them even feel anything right now. They'll probably feel it in the morning. So, just for everybody watching at home, I'm sure people are probably wondering where the other games are at.
No, there's only one game tonight. It's right here.
Just out of curiosity, just to give an update though. With
Refresh
this game
that
going
page.
On.
Is that?
We got 81
right.
Marietta final 81-79. They won against Christopher Newport. Randolph-Macon 23-point win against WPI, and then the game that these two fans are worried about, Illinois Wesleyan versus Wabash. Illinois Wesleyan right now up 7 in the second half.
So Macon's in. They're the #1 ranked team in the country. They're in the Final Four. Marietta's in. They're the #2 team in the country. They're in. Marietta and Randolph-Macon will face each other in the opening round of the Final Four.
What a game. What a game that's going to be.
Speaking of games.
But no better game than, I would say, Ron, this one right here. We've had, think about it. You got 3 games down to the wire at this regional right here, or sectional.
Take a deep breath. I just took one. We've got 3 minutes left, and it will be outstanding, I guarantee you. Johnson catch and shoot. Missed it short. Wright went up for the rebound. How about that? Kyle Wright. Says he's 5'10". I don't know.
Yeah. We could wonder about that one. We probably also wonder about, it says Rhodey's 5'11". They look about the same height, but they both got heart. They're playing so tough, and you can tell both of them want it. They want this trip back to the Final Four.
Free throws at the end of the game, no matter what time during the season, in a tight game are pressure-packed. But when you're shooting free throws in an Elite 8 game with a trip to the Final Four and the balance, boy, the pressure's really on, isn't it, Jack?
This is where all the practice comes in. And, I think that's something, that's great that they bring it up. I think that's something that probably goes without saying and maybe gets overlooked is, these teams didn't just end up here. This is lots of off-season work. This is tireless practices, beating up on each other. It's working hard. It's staying together. This is months upon months, and in some cases with Elmhurst, it's years of work to get in this position. It didn't just happen overnight.
Janko off the dribble, stop and shoot it, and Wright gets another rebound. That pause in the action was a shot clock problem. They got it fixed. Moments ago, Mike Becker, our director, gave us a shot of one of the Elmhurst parents biting her nails. Yeah. It's that kind of game. Prince with some dribbles, showing the handles of a point guard playing in a big man's body. This is Hammond with the basketball.
This feels like Johnson time, doesn't it?
Yep. Last night in that win over Case Western Reserve, he scored the last 7 points.
They're not going to call that, yep.
And that's a shot clock violation. Ty Prince, with, I think, a butterfly stitch in his forehead, is playing his big body off. Let's put it that way. He is playing hard.
Look at Thomas. Great defense, stayed down. I mean, those are two big guys going at it, and he's held his ground pretty well.
I was looking forward to that matchup. Thomas and Prince.
Absolutely, yeah. And we still got a couple more minutes of it. Elmhurst down 1. In a great position right here. Just try and get a good one. Don't focus on anything. They've got so many good people on the court right now. Try and get the best shot available.
Janko with the basketball in his hands. The 2 point guards in the game right now. Coach Bain said he doesn't do that a lot, but he did it last night late in the game, and he's doing it again tonight. That's Thomas.
You knew Thomas wanted that one.
90 seconds left. Who will go to the Final Four out of Cleveland? Right off the dribble with speed. Wow. Shot blocked. Brody blocked that shot. He got beat on the baseline, then stayed with the play and blocked the shot.
Look at that heart. The will, timing.
Inbound to Prince. Prince working against Sapinski, the shot blocking specialist. Got a bit of that one, but he also got a bit of Ty Prince.
I'm not sure. Yeah, he came down.
Sapinski coming into this weekend, into the Sweet 16, Jack, had 44 blocks. 44 blocks in 30 games.
I mean, you can tell he stands his ground very well. He doesn't jump prematurely. He's a tough, especially for a post player, he's a tough guard, or a tough guarder.
It's Coach Carroll's wife, far right, mother of Waylon and Willie. How'd you like that title in life?
Yeah.
She loves it. Prince again. Makes them both. Minute 12. This is Dominic Janko from Zionsville, Indiana. He wants nothing more than to get back to his home state. That would mean he's in the Final Four. Fitting, the Final Four is played in a state that's known for basketball. He'll kick it. This is Janko with a chance to put his team up. In and out. Ball alive on the baseline. Prince comes up with it. That's a huge rebound. Break, layup, good. Kyle Wright from Ty Prince.
That ball was in and out, Ron. They're going to get timeout, yeah.
Timeout, John Baines wants it. Boy, it's coming down to this. 38.8 left. It's a one-possession game. That possession's a big one, a three-point possession. But with 38.8 left, let's look at this. Timeouts. Mary Hardin-Baden's got 3. Elmhurst has 2. Foul situation. Elmhurst has 8 team fouls. Mary Hardin-Baden has 5. That plays into it right now, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And, if they had more, especially, Ron, if Elmhurst is able to score here, whether it's they score 2, score 3, if they score, Mary Hardin-Baylor goes back down and scores. They don't have enough fouls to just put them on the line. However, it does put them in a nice position to where if time starts to dwindle down, under 10 seconds, they can just take one and reset them. It's very frustrating, I can tell you, to just, feel like you're in a set and then all of a sudden have to reset. So it definitely plays into it. I'm honestly, Ron, aren't you a little impressed that it's only at 5 with how physical it's been this half, that they only have 5 fouls?
Well, I think the officials have allowed it. And obviously they have, and it's, these two teams, there's the Jayhawk faithful, made the trip from west side of Chicago. These two teams have battled all season long. Mary Hardin-Baylor, 28-2. They've won 16 games in a row coming into this game. The Blue Jays of Elmhurst, 25-6. It's down to 38.8. This is Janko with the basketball. Dominic, right-hand dribble, getting a screen right side, sees an opening, lays it up,
and
he was fouled.
I mean, that's got to be the last thing you wanted if you were the Crusaders. However, they're going to get the last shot. 32 seconds left. They're going to dwindle it down. Obviously, Elmhurst might get it back with whatever we're talking, 2 seconds left, but for all intents and purposes, they're getting the last shot, last dibs.
The eyes of a shooter. Dominic Janko did not get dismayed with missing the three that was wide open the possession before. Came right back and made three the hard way. But the night he's had off the bench.
You know, we mentioned earlier, I cannot, unless he's getting double teamed, Ron, I cannot see a situation right here where the ball is not put up by Johnson. Player
it's about
of the
a
year.
Second difference in shot clock, game clock, so they're going to play it out.
Yep.
Wright dribbling out top. Prince and Johnson setting the double high screen. Kyle Wright off of it.
Yep, there it is.
Hands it off to Johnson, almost stolen. 4 seconds, 5. They got to shoot it. Kyle Wright's going to chuck it.
Left.
Missed it left, no tip. And we're going to overtime.
Wow. Another one.
Boy, the defense blew that double high screen up. Credit Elmhurst. I don't know if it was Johnson or Hooker. We'll see it in the replay, but they blew up that Mary Hardin-Baylor
Hooker was
play.
able to do that. I mean, it threw everything. Yeah, we're going to watch this right here.
Well, this is the end of it. So really, Johnson was trying to get that look earlier, and the defense on that double high screen, they just busted through it. I guarantee you that Wright wasn't the one drawn up to make that last shot. That just became a necessity. Here we're going to see it. Watch the defense by Elmhurst here. Right there. It's Wesley Hooker that blew that play up. He almost stole it.
I mean, that's what I thought was going to happen for a second, Ron. You know, what a turn of events that would have been. You know, Elmhurst ball, maybe 6 seconds left on the clock. From going, wondering if the game's going to keep going to having a chance to end it themselves. But 5 minutes back on the clock. You know, unlike the situation with overtime last night, nobody's fouled out.
Case Western Reserve had 2 starters that were fouled out going into overtime, plus their point guard was playing basically with
one
a right
shoulder.
arm.
Yeah.
He had his left arm, Griffin Cornicker, one of the most outstanding point guards in the country this year, one of the leading point guards in the country in assists with 7 per game, played the last 18 minutes of regulation and the entire overtime basically with his right arm.
Yep, and so right now we have a situation, both teams full strength. To be honest, does anybody even have, I don't know if anybody even has 4 fouls. And you see, whoa.
Right.
See, Rhodey almost got it again on the tip.
Thank goodness he's only like 20 years old. He can recover from that. That was I'd be up for 2 weeks if I felt like that. This is Prince. Too
Good
much
hands.
dribbling. Thomas with the steal. Ball knocked out of bounds, but that's a case where Ty just dribbled way too many times.
He's getting a little overzealous, I think. You know, I think it feels a little bit like he's taking this matchup with Thomas personal. And if you're Elmhurst, you know, let him keep doing that, because Thomas right now is taking it to him. And he might make a couple down the stretch, but they're tough looks right now.
We wouldn't have it any other way here in Cleveland. The Elite Eight championship with a trip to the Final Four goes to overtime, and we're happy to bring it to you.
Great defense.
Boy,
right
Josiah
there.
Johnson anticipated that, stole it, almost lost it, gets it back. Prince saved it, and here comes Feely with it. Active hands. Janko with a steal that Johnson controlled, and here comes Rhodey. Rhodey back to Thomas.
I love Janko and Rhodey as these 2 guards. They play so well together. They complement each other. You know, they're not the 2 biggest guys, I would say, but they play so much bigger than their stature. They're so quick, so crafty. There's tough defenders and tough people to guard.
Feely, ball was stolen by Rhodey. Janko up to Rhodey. Rhodey with the layup, circus shot,
Wow,
and it went.
Gosh.
But Kyle Wright made Jake Rhodey shoot a highlight layup in order to get that bucket.
The weird
Weird foul.
Not a huge fan of that one, but I see where they were coming from. Look at this finish right here.
A fast one tried to be pulled there.
Yeah.
Kyle Wright, 83% free throw shooter, tried to step up and take these shots. Prince isn't bad, though. He's 74% from the line, and he's 5 of 5 on the night.
You can see he's got 19, probably going for 20. Johnson still, we've been waiting for it all game, still hasn't really started to heat up. Still only at 9.
Game tied at 79. Brody with the basketball. Levon Thomas and Janko out top off a screen. This is Janko. Prince picked him up nicely. Plenty of time on the clock as Rhodey backs up and motions for a screen. Looking for a pick to be set. Doesn't get it. He'll take him himself.
Lost it.
Ball got picked. This is Prince on the dribble. Looking right, goes right. Strong shot block.
Boy, good play on D, however. They missed one right here. Janko was ready. Yeah, they missed that one. They missed that one pretty bad. I'm sure if you're Mary Hardin-Baylor, you're kind of annoyed that he even tried to do that at the free throw line, but
Johnson missed it short on the break. Drew's ball on the floor. Johnson got it back, tied up. Wright will keep it. It's tied at 79. 2:36 and counting. Hammonds with the basketball, back to Josiah Johnson. I guarantee you, he thinks he can still make a difference. He has struggled offensively in this game with 9 points. Right, missed the layup.
Elmhurst has got numbers right now. They actually switched. Yeah, calm it down. They like their half-court offense. They've been using it pretty well. Timeout sets something back up. Very evenly matched still.
Wants a timeout. Woo! Let's all take a breath. Let's look at Coach Baines. He's matching wits with Coach Cliff Carroll from Mary Hardin-Baden. My goodness, this has been a great basketball game.
I mean, to be expected, I would say, right?
Right.
Again, I think we've said this enough times right now that they really came out hot, that being the Crusaders. Elmhurst matched them, and since then, I mean, since you'd say probably about 10 minutes in the first half, it's been neck and neck.
Jack, is there an update on that other Elite Eight game that was still being played?
Yeah, I was just leaning over at
Kevin, the sports information director from Elmhurst, is right next to us, and he's a wizard on the computer.
Yeah, I just saw it looked like Wesleyan was up 1 right now. Yep, 12 minutes left in the second half. Winner of this game goes on to play that game, and would be a very interesting matchup, I'd say, if Wesleyan's able to pull out this game, Elmhurst is able to pull out this game. Two CCIW teams playing each other. We're called a lot of UAA games. I mean, imagine if it was an Emory Spartans Final Four. I mean, what a third game that would be. I'm sure that both fan bases feel the same way if that would be the case in the Final Four as well.
The Crusaders do not want that matchup to happen, and they've got 2 minutes to make their own stamp on the end of this game. It's going to start with defense on this possession. Rhodey ran into some defense, but he stayed with the play.
He's so patient. The jump stop, he's never out of control. He's got great touch. Exactly what you want out of your point guard.
Prince and Johnson out top, the 2 All-Americans for this Mary Hardin-Baden team. Prince with strength. Boy, that's mano-mano right there.
Yep,
Prince against Thomas.
He wants that matchup. Thomas wants it too. You can see they're both competitors. They want the Final Four. A game like basketball is a series of individual matchups, and that's an interesting one that's played out.
This is Janko. Fade away against Hammond. Shot.
Wow.
Good.
Come on. I mean, the shot making of this game has been incredible.
60 seconds left. 64 to be counting. Thomas finds Wright. Oh,
missed
Prince.
it.
Wright missed it. Tied up. Elmhurst on the break. Ocean Johnson by himself.
Wow. Goes up 4, 51 seconds left. The Blue Jays
Hammond
just
from long range. He almost made it.
big board by the Blue
Thomas
Jays.
pulled down the rebound.
Thomas going to the line. I know you guys can't see it. That is the 7th team foul. 7th team foul for Mary Hardin-Baylor. This is going to be a 1-on-1. You know, we saw, again, not to keep going back to the Spartan game, we saw the Spartans miss 2 front ends of a 1-on-1 yesterday. Unfortunately, ended up allowing Mary Hardin-Baylor to get back in the game. It's going to be a big shot right now for Thomas.
Missed it. It's a 4-point game, 40 seconds left. Prince on the dribble, kicks it. Right, spots up for a 3, got it!
Nothing but...
Don't leave!
I mean, that's exactly what, I mean, think about it. Oh, boy. Position to go up 6.
Woo!
Back within 1. And now you're put in an interesting position as well if you're Mary Hardin-Baylor. You're down 1, but 32 seconds left. I don't think you can bank on a stop right here and getting the ball with what like maybe in reality probably like a second and a half left. You're probably going to have to foul. So who do you choose? You're not going to want Rhodey.
Yeah, Rhodey's at
You might go back for Thomas.
Johnson 76%. Hooker is 61. Thomas is 74. Militello 71. Drews 85. Janko 80. I mean, it's like pick your poison.
Yeah, I mean, you're rattling off those numbers. That's pretty impressive. You got nobody in the 60s. I mean, usually you got somebody.
Nobody
that's in the 60s.
I mean, Hooker is at 61. That's the only one.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they. Well, we'll see in a second. I wouldn't be surprised if he's not in the lineup, though. You're not going to put yourself in that position. It's too easy to target. Let's see, Janko. Got Bryce out there. Yeah, they're putting
He's
out.
not on the floor.
I mean, your lowest shooter right now is what, 70%, 71, I think you said with Johnson.
Yeah, Ocean Johnson's 76. He wears number 2.
I mean, you just got to get the ball in. Interesting.
Drews will inbound it.
Dang, that was.
They get it to the point guard.
We'll see how long. See, I wouldn't be surprised if they double. They're going to try and get it out of his hands. Yup, right here.
Hammond and Wright will trap it. This is Drews with the basketball.
Again, not who they want to foul. Probably don't want to foul here either, but they're running out of time.
19 seconds left. Janko dribbling around. Found Thomas inside. Yep. And a quick foul. Thomas will shoot free throws.
That's about, in all honesty, Ron, that's probably about where the Crusaders wanted to stand. You know, Thomas ends up going to the line. Obviously, it's not a 1-on-1. He's going to get 2 here, but, you know, probably one of the 2. You got good free throw shooters out there. He sinks the first one. Oh, I wouldn't be surprised at all if he makes 2, but if you're playing the percentages, is one of the lower percentages, surprising, you know, in the 70s on their team. And they're going to have 15 seconds left. Now, if he makes this one, if Thomas makes this one, the Blue Jays are going to have a choice. Are they going to want to foul? Coach Baines is going to have to decide. Would not be surprised at all if Coach Baines, with 1 timeout left, takes it right here. We'll see. Yep, takes it right here. Or no. Nope, no timeout. Excuse me, no timeout. I would not be surprised at all if they foul. But they could also take their chances. They've been playing good D down the stretch.
15 seconds. Got to bring the ball up quick. Prince is not in a hurry. Ty Prince looking for Johnson. Josiah trying to break free from Hooker. Hammond can shoot it. 5 seconds. Looking for a guy. Johnson has it. 2 seconds. They fouled him.
Wow.
Timeout. No. Timeout called before the foul.
That was.
Boy, credit to defense. Elmhurst just would not let Josiah Johnson get that basketball. 2.5 they're going to put on the clock. The clock reads 1.9. The official just walked over to the head of officials at the scores table and said, we're going to put 2.5 on the clock. You'll remember last night in the Spartan game, Case Western Reserve was up 2 with 2.6 seconds left in regulation. Mary Hardin-Baylor had to go to the length of the floor and they threw a baseball pass, a Hail Mary football pass that turned into a loose ball that led to a foul that led to 2 Carson Hammond free throws that sent the game into overtime. So Mary Hardin-Baylor last night grasped the win out of the hands of defeat. Can they do it again tonight? They've got 2.5 seconds left to prove it. They're on the floor ready to go. Hammonds will inbound it. Wright, Johnson, Prince, and Brooks on the floor for Mary Hardin-Baylor. Inbounding or guarding the inbound is Jonathan Zapinski, the shot blocker, 6'6", jumping high, making him look like he's 14 feet. Johnson catch, shoot, buzzer, missed it.
And they go. And the Blue Jays go on to the Final Four. For the first time in school history, the Elmhurst University Blue Jays will be in the Final Four, facing to be determined. What a game, Ron. What a game.
What a game. What an ending. That Johnson 3 looked good. It was just a little long.
We might have a Blue Jay down.
On the back end of the iron.
Oh, is he okay? Can't tell. Oh, it's a hooker.
He might be just overjoyed in the moment. He looks like his
I don't know
left
if that's
knee, left
overjoyed.
ankle bothering him.
I mean, talk about for the Crusaders. Excellent play they drew up. That's a pretty popular play. In that situation, you throw it over the top because most teams are expecting you to come towards the ball. Do the opposite, go away from it. In all honesty, Ron, I don't know how much better of a look they probably could have gotten.
And Johnson makes that shot all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, he is some kind of shooter. He's got ice in his veins. He's an All-American, but tonight it's Elmhurst night. It's the night that the Blue Jays survive and fly, and they'll be on their way to Fort Wayne, Indiana. They're holding up 4 fingers. That's because the Final Four is calling their name.
Wow. CCIW sends 1. They could potentially send 2 to the Final Four. What an excellent game.
There's Coach John Baines with his wife and his family.
I mean, he looks speechless right now. Right after they won the game, too, he kind of didn't even know how to react. All that work he's put in for several years, finally paying off.
We're going to go to the public address announcer, Michael Callahan.
Fans, your attention, please. It is our pleasure to begin the award ceremony for the 2022 NCAA Division III Men's Basketball Sectional Final. First, let's congratulate both teams on their outstanding achievements and thank our hosts, Case Western Reserve University, for their partnership, commitment, and success in hosting the National Championship. Presenting the award is Case Western Reserve University Athletic Director T.J. Shelton. And now, the 2022 NCAA Division III Men's Basketball Sectional Champion, the Elmhurst University Blue Jays. Will head coach John Baines and the team captains please come forward to accept the trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to the Elmhurst University Blue Jays, your 2022 NCAA Division III Men's Basketball Sectional Champions. And now fans, direct your attention to the court for the net cutting ceremony.
Jack, they brought the ladder out, and I've got a story on this ladder. The NCAA actually supplies the ladder.
The Werner ladders.
The Werner ladders for the net cutting ceremony. You see the celebrations going on with the Elmhurst team and their fans that made the trip from the west side of Chicago. Elmhurst, a suburb west of Chicago. The fellows from the Blue Jay team are going to climb that ladder in a moment. They're going to cut down the net that led them to the Final Four here at Horsburgh Gymnasium, the Cleveland Sweet 16. There's the Werner ladder. I don't know if they're an NCAA sponsor, but they should be because they're getting some play time tonight.
I actually do think they are, Ron. I could be wrong on this. I do think Werner ladder is the official ladder of the NCAA. You can see that. That's what everybody's working towards, right?
A little piece of that net, right?
Yeah.
That'll stay in a shadow box or a scrapbook or somewhere in great display for the rest of these young men's lives. They'll remember this game forever. We've got 2 more to play, though. They're going to celebrate tonight. And they've got a week to get ready for someone. It could be either Wabash or Illinois Wesleyan.
Right.
That game's still going on. Last we checked, there was 12 minutes left in the game. That game started later tonight. Illinois Wesleyan is ranked 7th in the country. They play in the same conference, Collegiate Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin, as this team from Elmhurst does. But look at the sweat rolling off of Levon Thomas. He had a matchup tonight against Ty Prince that was one for great stories. It was fantastic to watch those 2 young men battle each other all night long.
See, right now it looks like Wabash is up 5 against Illinois Wesleyan at Wesleyan.
I think they should have gotten a sharper pair of scissors.
Yeah, it looks like they're struggling.
Either that or the nets here at Horsburgh Gymnasium are made of Superman-like material.
Yeah.
So look at Hunter Merritt. Hunter had a big role in the Sweet 16 win over Calvin University. Played a lot of minutes off the bench. Waiting his turn.
Yeah, what a feeling this has to be for the Blue Jays. I mean, and you know, it's so interesting the way that the tournament is set up that, you know, you almost get this whole celebration of making it out of your region with the Final Four, and then you get a whole nother. You almost got to regroup a second to be like, well, wait, you know, we're still going for a championship. You know, we're cutting down the nets, but we're going for cutting it down one more time. So, you know, they're gonna regroup. They're gonna enjoy this moment for sure. But they got, as you mentioned before, they got some more work to do as well.
Can you imagine the drive back? They took a bus in.
Oh, I can imagine probably no sleeping. I can imagine that.
What a game that young man had. What a 2 games here in Cleveland he had. Dominic Jenko, Zionsville, Indiana. I mentioned in regulation that he'd like nothing more than to go back to his home state to play 2 more basketball games, and he's going to get that opportunity.
Yes, he will, and you know, couldn't say enough about him. I couldn't say enough about their 2 guards today. The way that they were playing, so tough. You know, the level of play that you get to at this point in the tournament, at whatever level, in terms of division in basketball, whether it's 3, 2, 1, it's outstanding. The level of basketball.
Jack, I've got to call hand strength here. They're on their second. They're on their to watch Levon Thomas go up and take the scissors, and he went snap, snap. He got his piece of the net in like 3 snaps. It's got to be hand strength. Levon's just bigger and stronger than everybody.
It could be. It could be. I mean, it showed a little bit today. He seemed like the only one that could match
Prince.
Prince, yeah, pound for pound in the post there. But, yeah, you could see
It's
nice
a nice
shot
look
right
right there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a nice piece of hardware you can put in the trophy case. As we mentioned before, first one for the Blue Jays. Hadn't made it to the Elite 8 before. You know, it's going to be their first trip to the Final Four.
This is their 3rd time in school history in the Sweet 16. They've gone to the NCAA tournament 4 times under John Baines. John in his 9th year. And, you know, John had talked to me tonight on the bench before the game. I had a few moments with Coach Baines by himself, and he said most of the guys on this team, and we counted them, of the 9 players that play, you know, the most minutes, 7 of those 9 were a part of that Sweet 16 team in the 2019-2020 season. They were 25-5, and they had made it to the Sweet 16, and we all know what happened in March of 2020.
Yep.
The world shut down. COVID canceled the tournament. And he said those guys have lived with that thought, lived with that tournament, that run, that outstanding season just being pulled out right from underneath their feet. And he really thought that their experience was going to carry them through. And we talked about it early in the game, Jack, when they were down 14-3 and then they were down by 15 later in that half, that, you know, this is a group that doesn't want to say goodnight.
Absolutely, and it makes you wonder, in their next game in Fort Wayne, what are they going to have to be down to actually consider them out of the game? I mean, you're probably going to, with how it's been going, you're not going to consider them down and out, I would say, until the last second in. That goes to their character. It goes to the way that they've been playing. I mean, super nice to watch this happen for them. A team seems well deserving of cutting down the nets.
Jack, you've got the game on live on your phone right now.
You have the Wesleyan game. They're down. Illinois Wesleyan's down 3 right now. Is that true? Is Wabash the Little Giants? Guess we got the Titans versus another packed crowd over there too. Cool gym. But yeah, the winner of that game will go on to take these Blue Jays on.
So in one matchup in the Final Four, we've got the number 1 team in the country, Randolph-Macon, that is now 31-1 on the season. Randolph-Macon out of Virginia. They played in the Old Dominion Athletic Conference. They'll take on Marietta, the number 2 ranked team in the country. Marietta now 29-2 on the season. Marietta in southeastern Ohio, down along the river, the Ohio Athletic Conference. The Final Four is at Allen County War Memorial Coliseum in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Those games will be next weekend. That man's played in a Final Four. John Baines, he's won a Final Four. Coach Baines won the national championship as a player when he was a player at Illinois Wesleyan in 1997. Wouldn't it be interesting if Wesleyan pulls out that game against Wabash right now and John has to play the team that he won a national championship with as a player to get to the national championship game as a coach?
Yeah, puts you in a, I wonder if that's I wonder if that puts you in a spot of, I mean, there's no way he's rooting for Illinois Wesleyan, but it's a weird spot, right? I mean, you went to the college, you got to play them. Both teams are going for something. Maybe honestly, it feels nice to stop your alma mater from moving on, but that'll be.
Jack, you're a competitor. You know you want to beat your best friend when you're playing one-on-one, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, I mean that's a different story. I mean, but oh boy, you get to this level of, and it's so interesting, Ron, to watch it up close. Finally, you watch March Madness your whole life, and it's so much more, emotional, up close in person when you're here, because you could see on everybody's faces, not just the players, but the coaches, the fans, everybody's so invested. It's more, it's more than just the 5 guys on the floor. It's the guys on the bench that have been challenging them every day in practice. It's the coaches that have been waking up. It's the parents that, for 10 years took them to basketball practice and allowed them to have this dream. So it's very surreal to just be in this environment and watch a team like Elmhurst and watch, both teams kind of have the joy of winning, and kind of like, it's tough to watch the agony of defeat.
One of the final cuts is about to happen. There are just a few more cuts on that net. And then the ceremonial hanging of that net across the trophy, the draping of it across the trophy will happen, and Elmhurst will officially be on their way to the Final Four. It's a great shot right there. You're watching this from Horsburgh Gymnasium on the campus of Case Western Reserve University, the host school for the Cleveland Sweet 16. Horsburgh inside the Veal Athletic Center. I can speak for the Case Western University president, President Kaler. Spartan faithful and family very happy to host an NCAA tournament site. It was a historic season this year for the Case men's basketball team, and that culminated with hosting the Sweet 16. They, of course, would love to be cutting down these nets, and maybe that'll happen one year soon. But tonight, it's the night of the Blue Jay, the Elmhurst University Blue Jays.
You know, Ron, I would love, and I know we did the credits earlier, I'd love to shout out the production team one more time. This is great. You know, I'm just thinking as I'm watching this how much my parents would appreciate if they were, weren't able to make it, being able to watch all this, and they do such a great job.
One left to cut.
Boom, last one. Has Coach Baines went up yet?
Let me do the play-by-play on this. There you go. You got to pull it with your left to tighten it and to give it some stress, and then you cut it with your right. Coach Baines is going to do the last cut. John Baines, all 6'7" of him. You know, when he played at Illinois Wesleyan, he was 6'7", and I said, were you 6'8"? You've lost an inch. And he goes, no, I was 6'7". And there you go. Coach Baines, he'll wave that triumphantly, throw it to his team, and the Blue Jays are officially Elite Eight champions and off to the Final Four in Division III men's college basketball. Somebody's going to wear that as a hat. There's the draping of the trophy, and that always makes it official, doesn't it, Jack?
Absolutely. Doesn't look complete without it. Yeah, I'd love to see them get one more pick. Yeah, can't say enough about them today. Earned the win. Fought their heart out. It seems like this whole year. These last couple games.
Boy, there's a great look to end with right there. Want to thank Mike Becker, the director of our production crew. TJ Shelton, the athletic director here. President Kaler, the president at Case Western Reserve. Todd McGinnis, the head men's basketball coach. It was an outstanding season for all involved, and only 4 teams continue on, and Elmhurst is one of them. From the Cleveland Sweet 16 and Elite Eight Championship tonight, congratulations to the Blue Jays of Elmhurst University. They move on. They'll represent Cleveland, the Sweet 16 winner, in the Final Four in Fort Wayne, Indiana next weekend. For my partner, Jack Vaselaney, my name's Ron Jantz. Thanks for joining us. Have a safe night, everybody.